Hello, everyone. How are you doing? Welcome. I'm Rachel Chase, and today I'm going to share with you a lovely art making journey to celebrate the summer solstice. So, for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, of course, we are moving into the summer season officially. This video is an offering from the Atlantic Center for the Arts. And as an Arts and Wellness Ambassador, it is my great pleasure and honor to take you through a journey of connecting with your emotions and harnessing the summer solstice energy to boost your mood, because summer is about fun. Summer is about celebration. Everything is burst into life in the spring, and in the summer, it's in full expression. And as humans, our bodies, of course, we're living on this planet we call Earth. Our bodies are intrinsically connected with nature. And right now we have the days getting there. This is the longest day of the year, right? This is known as the big solstice moment, when the sun is shining for the longest hours and the nights are shorter. Now, of course, I'm up in Washington right now, and I know many of you may be watching this are actually in Florida, where I've spent most of my life. And I know that right now it's blazing hot down there. So I'm sending you a little bit of coolness from up here in Washington, where we're still moving through spring here. We haven't quite gotten into summer yet. But of course, that's what summer solstice is all about, right? Moving into summertime. So here we are. And today we're honoring and celebrating the solar energy, the courageous energy in our bodies, the sun within ourselves. And we're going to make some art. First, we'll do a little bit of journaling, a little reflection, and a little breathing and a little movement, just to allow our emotions to be felt and expressed. And we're going to write down a little bit of what it is that's coming through for you around what you're feeling right now. As an expressive arts therapist and someone who holds space for others' healing, health, mental health, and well-being, and a yoga teacher, I am interested in the inner workings and the inner dimensions of life, and helping you connect more fully with your inner self, to get to know yourself better, to get in tune with your emotions, and be able to feel that you are your self-esteem is boosted, that you have the ability to boost yourself, to lift yourself up when you need to. And sometimes that means going back and accessing memories and times when we felt joyful and times when we felt supported, so that we can remember that we're taken care of, that we have the strength within us to take those next steps in life, that we have the resources within us to take care of ourselves. So this is a self-care experience. And to begin the process, I'm going to have us take a few slow, deep breaths, just to release some stress or tension in the body. So inhale nice and deep through your nose, all the way in, and then release it out the mouth. And do that a couple more times. So breathe in deeply. Fill up and let it out. And again. Okay. So if you don't have your journal handy, go get a journal or a piece of paper and a pen, and get some art supplies out. Today, I'm going to be using my watercolor paper and my new watercolor markers that I have, and also a pen and Sharpie, and I'll be setting it up here in just a minute. So before we actually start the art making process, because the art making is about expressing whatever's coming through in the moment, about processing something. So what is it that you're feeling today? I want you to just tap into how you're feeling about your life and about yourself. And hold your heart for a moment. Take a moment to hold your heart. And it's so important that we honor how we're truly feeling, because sometimes we don't want to feel the way we're feeling, and other times we hope that this good feeling we're feeling can just last forever. But as you know, all things change, and one movement, one moment, one emotion can lead to the next emotion. And that's kind of like the way that life works, right? It's kind of like a wave. So I'd like us just to start moving our bodies a little bit. So take a moment just to move your body kind of like a wave. And what that does is it helps to release stuckness in the body. Do you ever feel a little bit like clenched or tight in your belly or gut or chest? Making little wave-like motions can help release that tension, release that tightness. So just making little wave motions, little swaying motions, moving your arms around, making another sighing sound, and tune in with the sun energy, the yellow, golden, orangey, bright sun energy. The sun energy is in our bodies. It's here in our bellies and our digestion and call this our solar plexus. This is where all of this fiery energy in the body happens, right? So tune in with this area of your body and give it a little bit of attention for a moment. You might stand still, or you might still move a little bit. Give this part of your body some attention. Focus here for a moment. This is actually where we have a connection with our intuition, right? Your gut tells you things, doesn't it? Your gut gives you information. So imagine that your gut could give you some information right now. What would that be? What is the message that your intuition is bringing through for you right now? Because when we're in tune with our intuition, we can live in the flow of life. We can be more confident in our actions because we're not feeling like we have to live up to everyone else's expectations, that we're tuning in with our own knowing for ourselves. So let's move the body a little bit more. Let's take some big arm movements to open up the creative energy inside. Big arm movements. This can open up the feeling of stuckness or stagnation and release stress and tension so that you can feel free to create. And anybody can create. Everybody is a creator. We all create every day. Sometimes we just need to let go of expectations. So just imagine you can bring your arms up high and just let go. Any expectations, you could even say, I let it go. I let it go. And imagine that a big wave of solar energy is coming into your solar plexus. We're going to take a stance for this. So in yoga, we have a pose that we do. And, you know, it's kind of like a warrior, right? It's this lunge. And so I invite you to take up this pose here with me, this position, this body gesture of strength and groundedness. And it's an invitation, and it's also a focus. So just take a couple of breaths. If you need to hold on to something while you're doing this, it's totally fine. Feel that this is a power stance. You're bringing in powerful energy. Take a deep breath and make a big ha sound that brings in strength and energizing feeling of energizing in your brain. All right, I'm going to shake a little bit, and then we'll do the other side. So bring the other foot behind you and put this foot forward and face your body forward. Look at something in front of you and just feel that you're bringing in all this energy of strength. It's amazing what standing in a particular posture can do for your mental and emotional state of being. Ha, make that sound again. Ha, ha. Feel that you're bringing in all of the sun into your body. Yes, good. And then shake everything out again. Sometimes when we're feeling a little bit slumpy, all it takes is just to get the body moving a little, to bring the heart up to the sky, to go outside and connect with nature. If there's any other movements your body wants to do, give it permission. Move your head around, move your shoulders around, move your legs around. You know, this workshop is called, it's a groovy mood boost. So, you know, that word groovy's been around a while, hasn't it? What does groovy make you think of? What does it make you think of? Sometimes it makes me think of like tie-dye art and the 60s, you know, and that kind of free flowing energy, and the idea of feeling connected with everything and feeling really good. So I thought it would be fun to use groovy as our theme for our workshop today. All right. So when you feel complete with your movement and your stretching and your breathing, maybe get a glass of water or a cup of tea. And I'm going to get my art supplies at the ready, and we'll start on that in just a little bit. And, you know, feeling our emotions is so important because they give us a lot of information about ourselves. Our emotions are energy in motion. And when we let them move, we can free ourselves from any feelings of lack and limitation. And when we let them move, we can also then find stillness and inner connection and the space of listening. And when we come into an inner listening, or when we're sitting in nature and it's quiet and peaceful, we're very receptive to healing energy. We're very receptive to vibrations of the emotions like love and joy and peace. And to me, that's groovy. That's when we're in the state of feeling groovy, really in tune with life. And getting creative is a great way, excuse me, to get in tune with life. Letting your inner creativity out. So let's take a moment with the journaling first. Just a little bit of stream of consciousness writing, letting one word flow into the next. Just see what comes through. To see what wants to be expressed by your inner self. Maybe you can consider this a conversation between you and yourself, between you and your creative self, perhaps. I have these tinted glasses on, but they're prescription, so I need them so I can see. So let's take a minute to tune in here. And if you're not sure what to write, you could start by writing the words, I feel, and then see what comes. You can even think about writing a little bit about maybe a memory or it's recent memory or a memory from your childhood, or even just moments in time throughout your day that you've noticed that you feel at peace, times when you felt joyful. What was that like for you? What were those times like for you? Take some time to write a little bit about that. About the moments when you feel joyful. About the things that bring you joy. Maybe there's words that you need to hear from the part of you that can offer you reassurance, the part of you that boosts you. We all have different parts of ourselves. Sometimes parts of ourselves feel scared, and other parts of ourselves can come in and help that scared part. Sometimes we call this inner child healing, because the one that is scared, the part of ourselves that feels that fear, is can think of as the inner child, as the child that needs to be cared for, and that maybe felt scared in real life. And some of that old fear has lingered, comes back sometimes. So what would you say to that child? How can you help her or him? How can you help them? What is it that you can do for them? What is it that you can do for yourself to bring kindness, compassion, reassurance, and strength? So think about that for a minute and write a few things down. You might also want to think about the qualities of the sun. warmth? What are some of the things that you like to do in the sun, in the summertime? Do you like to swim? Do you like to lay around in the grass? Do you like to go ride roller coasters in the summertime? What are those playful, joyful things that you like to do that boost your mood in the summertime? And write about those things. Summertime makes me think about lemonade stands. Okay. So now you might want to continue writing a little bit and pause this and see what else wants to be written about your inner child and ways of bringing through the loving energy of the sun, the warmth, the warming energy, the fun energy. And now what we're going to do is you can either have paints out. Maybe you want to be painting. Maybe you want to use colored pencils or crayons or pastels or markers like me. I just got these new watercolor markers, so I'm excited to use them. I've used them a couple of times already, and I really like them. And I thought they were perfect for this because we have all these colors. And for me, this idea of feeling groovy, feeling confident, the solar energy has a lot to do with, now I'm turning it this way. It feels like I want to do it this way. Has a lot to do with wavy lines. And I think about the warmth of the sun and the way that it radiates and emanates. And, sometimes you can put maybe a word in here if you want to from your journaling that stands out, a message you want to give yourself. Or maybe it's just a design you feel you want to create. Or maybe you just start to kind of doodle a little bit. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start to doodle a little bit, some lines, and see what wants to come through in the form of a design. And then we'll color it in. Okay? Yeah. Let's get real colorful. See if you can express the energy of summer and a happy mood here for yourself. Something that expresses happiness and radiance. Groovy always makes me think of those wavy lines. I think I'm kind of drawing some flames here a little bit. This idea of it being radiant, radiating, emanating. Energizing. Free expression. I've got some patterns going here. Something happening here. It's fun. Let's get some summer colors. What are some colors that come to mind for you? Take your time with your design. Take your time. No rush. Let's see. Probably just make a bunch of wavy lines with the colors. Color it in, fill it in. Yeah. Just imagine all that energy coming in from the sun right now, every day. The sun gives us life. The ocean gives us life. The water and the sun together, right? That's how we are alive. Isn't that amazing to think about that? We can get so caught up in our daily lives. Sometimes it's good to just step back and look at the beauty of life itself. Appreciate life. Appreciate the energy of life. Yeah. So I'm just going to kind of get a pattern going here. I think what I'll do is I kind of like this pink salmon color. I'm wearing it today, in fact. Kind of groovy. So I think I'll do some layers with this color first all around, and then I'll build it up with some other layers. So I'm just going to do a little example here where I'm just going to do layers. And of course, you don't have to do what I'm doing. You can do whatever feels right for you. But I'll just give you a little demonstration of what I'm talking about here. This groovy idea of the energy lines, the way that energy moves in waves. You ever seen the way the heat emanates off of cars when it's really hot outside and you look out on the street? You can see the waviness. So now I'm putting it orange, and then I'll just do more layers inward and outward too. So it'll just be all these layers of colors. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah. I may not finish it in the video today, but I'll definitely post it when it's done on the Atlantic Center for the Arts Facebook page. We'll just hang out together and keep playing here. If yours is even more free flowing than mine, feel free to just let it be super free flowing and wild and wavy and whatever way feels right for you. I like to do this kind of line work because for me, it's very meditative. Helps my mind just focus on one thing, kind of like a coloring book. You know, takes your mind off of thinking about everything. So you can just focus on the task at hand. Oh, yeah. That's fun. I like this color. Bright yellow. That's very much a summer color, isn't it? Yeah. Just filling it in with my groovy lines. Let's see. Looking at certain colors invokes a certain mood, doesn't it? Sometimes when you look at a certain color, it might make you feel a certain way. It's definitely the case for me. Different colors, like a mood ring. It changes colors with your mood. I love markers. Yeah. Getting that flow going here. Yeah, it's coloring it in. Let's see. You can see that some of my black ink kind of spread out a little bit, but that's okay. It'll get covered up with the markers. Sometimes that's just how it goes. You just kind of let the accidents happen and then trust that you can work it out along the way. That's one of the many ways that art is a metaphor for life. I know I've got my camera down a little bit, but there we go. Yep. It's okay if we color outside the lines. Just let it flow. Make it part of the dance. Because that's life. You learn from it and you move on. And it adds character. I'm just going right over these black ink lines now with the red watercolor marker. Watercolor paints are also good media to express emotions. Anything with water. I'm just gonna put some orange around in here too. This is feeling very vivacious. How about you? How's yours feeling? Don't get too caught up in making things perfect. It's just about the experience. Letting your mind and your emotions and your hands express something from within yourself. Bring it out from within. That's what art is all about. Writing, dancing, cooking. It's a creative act. Gardening. It's all creative. Everything that you do can be intentionally creative if you choose for it to be. Use those parts of your brain that are innovative, that can come up with new ideas. And when we do things like this, it helps to stimulate those parts of our brain so that when we're doing our work or creating anything else or thinking about our lives and our relationships, we're more able to get out of any kind of thinking that holds us back. And we're able to get creative when we do some creative play like this. Let's see. Let's use this bright green color. See what that does. It's like a green yellow. It's coming out kind of yellow, but not, it's different kind of yellow than this other one. This one's more of an orangey. This one's more of a green. Let's see. Yeah. We'll just put that all around in here. It's a lot of energy here. You know, you're welcome to share whatever you end up creating as well in the Atlantic Center for the Arts Facebook page. We'd love to see what you end up making and how it came out for you. You can also comment if you'd like in the YouTube video. We're getting there. Let's see. I think I'll go back down here to this one. Fill this in like I did the other one here. Let's go like this here. Kind of making me think of like geodes now. Have you ever seen crystal geodes? They have all those kind of layers of color. Yes. So that this video doesn't end up getting too long, I think what I might do actually is just pause the recording and then finish this. That way you do get to see it on this video. So I think I'm going to do that right now. For you, no time will be passing at all because you'll see me in just a blink of an eye. And I'm going to pause the recording, finish this, and show you the final outcome. All right. Keep at it. See you in a bit. Okay, so here's what I've got, and I may add some more to this, but this is where we're going here. Yeah, I'll probably put some more on this side and in here, and maybe add some more energy coming up around here too. But just wanted to kind of show you the progress. I will put the final up in the Facebook group, the Atlantic Center for the Arts Facebook page, so that you can see it there. And I just wanted to say a couple things as I was creating this, just thinking about how I really hope that you take time for your inner child whenever you need to experience a feeling of a mood boost, to just play in any way that feels right for you, by making visual art or dancing or listening to music, just unplugging from the day-to-day life responsibilities and letting your inner child come out to play, because that is just so important for all of us. I wish you all the best and happy creating in all that you do, and happy summer solstice. Let yourself feel really good. Take care, everyone. Again, I'm Rachel Chase, and you can find me at rachelchase.com. Take care and have a beautiful day.